Welcome to my YouTube channel. Every coin has a history where history meets hidden fortune. Here I share real videos of rare and old coins, including pieces worth millions that can truly change a collector's life. If you love coin hunting, rare finds, and valuable treasures, this channel is your guide to the world of priceless coins. The Washington Quarter $1997 with mint mark P, Philadelphia Mint, may look like an ordinary modern coin at first glance, but in the world of numismatics, even coins from the late 20th century can carry fascinating stories, hidden value, and strong collector demand when found in very fine condition or better. And this is exactly why the 1997 P Washington Quarter deserves serious attention from collectors, investors, and coin enthusiasts alike, because this coin represents the continuation of one of the longest-running and most iconic designs in United States coin history, first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, and by 1997 the Washington Quarter had become a symbol of American stability, heritage, and everyday commerce. Yet within this seemingly common issue exist coins that stand out due to sharp details, minimal wear, original luster remnants, and potential mint-related anomalies that dramatically increase desirability. The 1997 P Quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, a facility known for massive production numbers, but despite the high mintage, finding a piece in true very fine condition today is not as easy as many people assume, because most of these quarters circulated heavily in daily transactions, parking meters, vending machines, and cash registers, leading to worn rims, flattened hair details on Washington's portrait, and reduced clarity in the eagle's feathers on the reverse. So when collectors encounter a 1997 P Quarter that still shows strong hair curls, visible feather separation, a bold date, and clear legends, it immediately becomes more desirable, and this desirability increases even further when the coin displays unique features such as die cracks, off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchettes, or other mint errors that were never meant to leave the mint, yet slipped through quality control and entered circulation, creating rare varieties that collectors actively hunt for. In the broader coin market, most circulated 1997 P Quarters are worth face value, but very fine examples, especially those with exceptional eye appeal or certified grades, can sell for significantly higher prices, and when combined with documented mint errors or top population registry grades, prices can rise dramatically into the hundreds of dollars, and in extremely rare cases involving major errors or pristine, professionally graded examples, values can approach the upper end of the modern coin market, sometimes reaching into the four-figure range, not because the coin is old, but because condition rarity and error scarcity drive demand. Historically, the 1997 P Washington Quarter also holds importance as it represents the final years before the revolutionary 1999 State Quarters program, making it part of the end of era Washington Quarters that many collectors now assemble as complete pre-state sets, and as time passes, interest in late 1990s quarters continues to grow, especially among younger collectors who grew up using these coins and now seek them out with nostalgia and investment curiosity. From a metal composition standpoint, the coin is made of a copper nickel-clad structure with a pure copper core, weighing 5.67 grams, and while it contains no silver, its value lies entirely in condition, rarity, and collector psychology, which is why smart collectors carefully inspect every 1997 P Quarter they find, looking for crisp strikes, original surfaces, and any unusual characteristics that set it apart from the billions produced. Professional grading by services such as PCGS or NGC can further elevate the coin's market standing, because certified examples provide trust, authentication, and population data, all of which play a crucial role in determining long-term value. Trends. In today's coin market, where modern rarities are increasingly recognized, the Washington Quarter $1997 P in very fine condition stands as a powerful reminder that valuable coins are not always ancient or silver, and that knowledge, patience, and attention to detail can turn an everyday pocket change coin into a meaningful collectible with real market potential, making this coin an exciting subject for collectors, YouTube audiences, and anyone hoping to discover hidden value in modern U.S. coinage. Another critical reason the 1997 Washington quarter attracts increasing attention is the way collectors evaluate condition rarity in modern coins, because while millions were produced, only a tiny percentage survive today in true very fine or better condition without cleaning, scratches, or environmental damage, and this gap between mintage numbers and surviving quality examples is where real value begins to emerge, especially as more collectors enter the market through online platforms, auctions, and social media content, driving competition for high-quality examples. Many people mistakenly believe modern quarters can never be valuable, yet history has repeatedly proven that coins once considered too new eventually become key condition rarities decades later, and the 1997 quarter is now entering the transitional phase where collectors actively search for strong strikes, original surfaces, and sharp details that were lost on most circulated pieces, particularly in Washington's hair above the ear, the separation of letters in Liberty, and the clarity of the eagle's wings and breast feathers on the reverse, all of which are essential grading points that can significantly impact market value. Coins that retain these features naturally attract premium prices, and when they are professionally graded and encapsulated, their market visibility and desirability increase dramatically, especially among registry set builders who are willing to pay strong money to secure top-ranked examples, sometimes pushing prices far beyond what casual collectors expect from a clad quarter. Equally important is the role of mint errors and varieties, which transform ordinary 1997 quarters into highly collectible and sometimes very valuable numismatic pieces, because errors such as double dies, die clashes, broad strikes, off-center strikes, and retained cud breaks are finite by nature and cannot be recreated once the dies are retired, meaning every confirmed error example permanently reduces the available supply. Collectors specializing in error coins are often willing to pay hundreds of dollars for dramatic, visually striking mistakes, especially when they are clearly visible to the naked eye and supported by professional authentication, and this is where some 1997 quarters cross into higher price territory, not due to age or metal content, but because of rarity created by the minting process itself. History shows that error coins from the late 1990s have steadily gained respect in the numismatic community, and as more collectors recognize the significance of these pieces, demand continues to rise, reinforcing the idea that searching modern quarters is not a waste of time but a legitimate and potentially rewarding pursuit. From a historical perspective, the 1997 Washington quarter also represents the closing chapter of a classic American design before the launch of the groundbreaking State Quarters program in 1999. A program that changed coin collecting forever by bringing millions of new collectors into the hobby, and because of this transition, pre-1999 quarters are now viewed as part of a completed era, making them more attractive for full-date sets and long-term collecting strategies, as nostalgia grows and collectors look back at the coins that circulated during their childhood. Demand for late 1990s Washington quarters continues to strengthen, particularly for coins that stand out in condition and originality, and this long-term trend suggests that well-preserved 1997 quarters may continue to appreciate gradually over time as high-quality examples become harder to find, damaged by circulation, melting, or improper storage, further shrinking the available pool. In the current coin market, where knowledge spreads rapidly through YouTube, online auctions, and collector forums, the value of a coin like the 1997 Washington quarter is no longer hidden to a small group of experts but is increasingly understood by everyday collectors, which creates a competitive environment where the best examples rise to the top, commanding strong premiums. While not every 1997 quarter will be worth significant money, the ones that combine very fine condition, eye appeal, originality, and potential mint anomalies stand out as legitimate collectibles with real market demand, reinforcing an essential lesson for every collector watching this video. Valuable coins are not defined solely by age or silver content, but by scarcity, condition, and collector interest, and as time moves forward, the Washington quarter $1997 remains a powerful example of how modern coinage can evolve from everyday change into meaningful pieces of American numismatic history. When discussing the potential market value of the 1997 Washington quarter, It is essential to understand how pricing psychology works within numismatics, because collectors do not simply buy coins, they buy stories, condition, and future potential, and this quarter carries all three elements when preserved correctly, as coins graded in very fine condition are better represent a narrowing slice of the surviving population, especially those that have never been harshly cleaned or polished, which permanently damages surfaces and destroys collector value. Original toning, even light and natural, can actually enhance appeal and increase desirability, and many experienced collectors specifically seek out 1997p quarters that show balanced color, strong luster remnants, and sharp details, as these characteristics suggest careful handling or short circulation life, both of which are key indicators of long-term collectible quality. Once such a coin is authenticated and graded by a reputable service, it enters a completely different market category where buyers are more confident, prices are more stable, and demand is stronger, particularly in online auctions where certified modern coins often outperform raw examples. Another overlooked factor is how modern scarcity develops over time, because unlike older silver coins that were often saved in large numbers, many clad quarters from the 1990s were never intentionally preserved, meaning that most surviving examples are heavily worn, scratched, or environmentally damaged, and this silent attrition gradually increases the importance of clean, problem-free pieces. As more collectors build complete Washington quarter date and mint sets, the pressure on higher-grade 1997p examples increases, especially when collectors aim to upgrade their sets rather than simply fill holes, and this upgrade mentality drives prices upward for the best available coins, even in years once considered common. This phenomenon has already been observed in other modern U.S. coins, and the 1997p quarter is following a similar path as registry competition, online education, and social media exposure continue to elevate awareness. The investment discussion surrounding the 1997p Washington quarter also deserves careful attention, because while no modern coin guarantees profit, history has shown that high-quality, low-population examples consistently outperform average coins over long periods, and collectors who focus on condition rarity rather than hype often see the most stable results. When market cycles shift and interest in tangible assets increases, certified modern coins with established demand tend to attract renewed attention, and this is where top-condition 1997p quarters may continue to gain recognition, especially as grading populations remain low for higher levels, creating natural price resistance and supporting premium values. Combined with the coin's role as part of the final pre-state Washington quarter era, this adds a layer of historical significance that strengthens its long-term appeal. Finally, for viewers watching this video, the story of the Washington quarter $1997p serves as a powerful reminder that opportunity often hides in plain sight, and that everyday coins deserve closer inspection before being dismissed as worthless change, because within circulation can exist pieces with sharp detail, rare errors, and exceptional preservation that separate them from the billions of ordinary examples. By learning how to identify condition, understanding market behavior, and appreciating historical context, collectors can transform simple curiosity into informed decision-making, and this is why the 1997p Washington quarter continues to earn its place in modern coin discussions, not as a guaranteed jackpot, but as a meaningful collectible that proves knowledge is the most valuable tool in numismatics. As we bring this extended discussion further into focus, the Washington quarter $1997p also highlights how education and patience shape successful coin collecting, because the collectors who benefit most from modern issues are those who take time to study strike quality, die state, and subtle surface characteristics rather than rushing to sell or ignore coins based solely on age, and this is especially important for a coin like the 1997p quarter, where value differences between an average circulated piece and a genuinely very fine, problem-free example can be dramatic, as small details such as full lettering in United States of America, defined claws on the eagle, squared rims, and consistent metal flow lines can elevate the coin into a higher desirability tier. Over time, as fewer high-quality examples remain available due to mishandling, cleaning, or simple loss, The surviving coins with strong originality naturally become focal points for collectors, dealers, and registry participants, creating steady demand that supports higher prices even during slower market periods. And this long-term perspective is what transforms the 1997 Washington quarter from an overlooked pocket change coin into a case study of how modern U.S. coinage matures into recognized collectible history, reinforcing the message that every coin deserves a second look, and that within knowledge, condition, and rarity lies the true foundation of value in the numismatic world.